It was a test, hard, planned, and cold. In the quiet of a house with marble floors, under a shiny light and the soft sound of an old clock, a strongbox stood wide open in the owner's study. Inside, piles of cash lay stacked like green bricks of desire. They gleamed next to coils of gold and gems. He knew she would walk through here. He knew her schedule exactly. The man, a millionaire twice over, hid just past the hall entrance. His eyes narrowed, not with anger, but with calm waiting. Yet, as he watched his houseworker come into the room and stop before the open strongbox, he never thought that what would happen in the next few minutes would completely break him. It would open a heart he did not know he still had. If you believe in second chances, in the quiet power of goodness, and in the strength of character that can change lives, then stop right now. Like this video, subscribe to Kindak's Corner, and share this story. Let the world hear that honesty still exists where no one is looking. The houseworker's name was Stella. She was 32, thin, quiet, with deep brown eyes that held the weight of untold tales. She had been working in the Ashworth estate for just over 7 months, a widow with 2 young daughters and a mother fighting sickness. Stella was the kind of woman who moved silently through pain. Every morning she arrived before sunrise. She tied her dark hair back into a bun. It slipped into her simple clothes and started her duties without complaint or hesitation. To most, she was unseen, a shadow behind silver trays and shiny marble. But to Max Ashworth, the private millionaire who had gotten his money from family, but never found peace, Stella was a puzzle that had begun to trouble him. Max had spent most of his life building and keeping his business safe. People had stolen from him, lied to him, used him. His ex-wife took a lot of money in the separation. Former workers took money. Friends turned into people who used others. So he built walls, strong ones around his money vault and feeling ones around his heart. When Stella arrived, there was something different about her. She did not flatter. She did not ask questions. She never stayed in rooms longer than she had to. And she was, by every record and check of her past, painfully clean. It bothered Max the way her honesty felt almost like a threat to trust. That is when he planned the test. One Wednesday morning, just before she was set to clean the study, Max made sure the strongbox was left wide open. He told his safety team to turn off the hall cameras for a short time. No one would know this moment happened except him. He wanted to see what Stella would do when faced with a huge temptation. Would she fail? Would she take? Or was she truly as steady as she seemed? Stella came into the room. Exactly at 8:42 a.m. She did not see the strongbox at first. Not until the sun hit the steel door and shone across the polished floor. She stopped walking. Her duster froze in her gloved hand. Her eyes went to the strongbox, then quickly to the hall. No one. Silence. Her breath caught in her throat. For a long time, she stood still, staring at the open vault as if unsure whether to believe what she was seeing. Max's heart beat fast. He watched as she walked slowly, unsure. Her fingers hovered just over the stacks of money, then touched nothing. Instead, she reached for the cleaning cloth tucked into her apron. She softly began wiping the strongbox's edge, careful not to smear or move a single pile inside. She did not count the money. She did not look around wanting more. She simply wiped the dust off the steel with the same carefulness she used on every other surface in the house. And then something unexpected that happened. Stella reached into her pocket and pulled out a small folded photo, creased and old. She glanced at the hole one more time, as if needing to be sure she was alone. She placed the photo on the shelf next to the cash. It was a picture of 2 little girls, maybe 7 and 5, smiling in front of a hospital bed where an older woman lay smiling weakly. Stella whispered something so softly that even the hidden Max could not hear. Then gently, she picked up the photo again, kissed it, and put it back into her pocket. She closed the strongbox door. Max stepped back into the shadows, shocked. He was not sure what he had expected. A quick hand, a stolen bill, maybe even a moment of doubt. But what he saw was respect, pain, and love held back. He turned and walked away before she could see the tears forming in his eyes. That evening, Max could not sleep. He kept replaying the moment in his mind. The photo, the quiet kiss, the strongbox untouched. The weight of it all settled on his chest like a truth he had not prepared to face. It was no longer about the test. It was about her, about the kind of good person he had spent his life believing did not exist. He realized he had judged everyone through the eyes of his past hurts. By doing so, he had almost missed the rare goodness standing quietly under his own roof. The next morning, Stella arrived to find a letter on the kitchen counter. It was for her, in Max's neat, heavy handwriting. Inside was a simple note. Honesty is beyond price, but so is peace. You have given me both. Your daughters and your mother deserve a life without fear. Please accept the enclosed without guilt. It is not a prize. It is a thank you. Attached was a blank check, signed and ready. Stella dropped into the closest chair, stunned. Tears ran silently down her face. Her hands shook as she folded the letter to her chest.